Hey guys, I just finished watching episode 11, I believe, of Breaking Bad. And in this episode, it starts with Hank doing physical therapy, trying to relearn how to walk after his accident. It then moves on to Skylar telling Marie, hey, me and Walt, we have it, right? Because remember, in the earlier episodes, they told Marie that Hank was a gambler and that he got massive gains. From that point on, Skylar invites Walt to dinner, and it seems like they're getting along pretty well. They're laughing at the table. Everything seems cool. Walter Jr. is happy. It just seems like things are kind of good with the whole family. Skylar tells Walt, hey, I need the money for Marie. He gives her a check. She's like, where is this from? What is this? And he's like, do you want to meet the guy? Do you want to meet who this check is behind? Do you want to meet him? Do you want to meet him? And she's like, yes. So she meets Saul. Saul is like being kind of misogynist, kind of like flirty, kind of both. I don't know. He's just saying a lot. He's talking a lot. He's doing the Saul thing. And Skylar is trying to tell him, hey, I'm an accountant. I know this stuff. I know what money laundering is. You're doing it poorly. He explains to her that they're going to launder through a laser tag business, which Skylar thinks is a really bad idea. She's like, no, this doesn't make sense. Walt would never do that. Imagine explaining that to our family. So Skylar and Saul bump heads to the point where he's like, all right, you guys can go. Bye. He's like, I've been doing this for years without fail. And you think you can come in here and tell me what to do? Bye. So then they leave, and Skylar tells Walt, hey, what if we bought this car wash place? Buy the car wash place. That makes sense. You worked here for 4 years. Walt's like, yeah, maybe that is a better idea. Walt tells Saul, hey, maybe we should just buy the car wash. That makes more sense. And he's like, did your wife tell you to say that? And Walt's like, well, I mean, it does make more sense. And Saul's like, no. You know what the car wash doesn't have? A Danny. Someone you could trust, someone who's going to be my yes man, someone who wouldn't mind overlooking the details and overlooking the scam or whatever the fuck, overlooking the laundering. It doesn't have a Danny. Okay? So, no, I know what I'm doing, Walt. Walt tells Skylar about the Danny. She doesn't know what the hell a Danny is. I mean, Walt had to be explained on what a Danny is, too. Skylar basically offers up herself. She said, get the car wash and I'll be the Danny. Walt's like, no, you don't have to do that. No, that's illegal. I don't want to get you into this. She's like, I've been in this ever since you paid our bills with drug money. Back at the hospital, Maria's telling Hank, hey, I got the house completely like wheelchair accessible. We'll just say accessible. The house is completely accessible for you. Hank's like, I'm not leaving this hospital unless I walk out of it. Marie's like, come on, don't be ridiculous. We just want you home, blah, 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 blah. He's like, no, not gonna happen. I don't care how much the insurance is. I don't give a fuck. I'm not leaving this spot until I can walk. Meanwhile, while all of this is happening, there's a B plot where Jesse is, him, Badger, and his other friend were trying to sell drugs to the Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, whatever. And that's been blowing up in their faces. We've come to find out that it's because the friends actually enjoy Narcotics Anonymous, Drugs Anonymous, whatever, AA. They enjoy it, and they're actually, participating in the program, and they like it, and they like the free donuts. They're actually trying to better themselves, which is really commendable. I didn't expect that. Like, let me just give the rundown on what happened. So Jesse decides to take it upon himself to meet this girl, Andrea, and start this relationship with her to attempt to sell her some of this meth. He finds out she is a kid, and then he's like, okay, never mind. And then one day when they're doing it, she's like, hey, where's the blue stuff? Where's the meth? And he's like, are you kidding me? What kind of mom are you? And she's like, you don't get to judge me just because you have no responsibilities. And he's like, okay, I'm sorry, you're right. Tell me about your life. What happened? Like, so I don't judge you. You tell me what's going on with you. She tells him the story of her brother, Tomas. Come to find out, Tomas is the little kid on the bike who killed Combo for selling on that corner. So Jesse goes and he buys some meth from Andrea's brother. Everything's interconnected. Everything is a nasty, messy web. But that's everything that happened this episode. I want to start off by talking about Hank. toxic masculinity. He cannot be damned to try and learn to walk in front of Walter Jr. That specifically, I believe, is what's triggering him. Like another man watching him not be able to walk. And then also, obviously, the triggeringness of two women watching him not be able to do something that he used to do so effortlessly. Completely ignoring the fact that he was on his deathbed. I don't know the time skip, but he was previously on his deathbed in this hospital. So the fact that he's even alive now is enough of an accomplishment. But all he is caught up in is, wow, I can't walk like I used to. Next, we can get on to Skylar, giving very much Bonnie and Clyde this episode. She's like, as soon as you paid our bills with that drug money, I was involved. So I'm in it now. There's nothing I can do to not be a part of this. I'm already in this. So let me be the Danny. I can be the Danny. That's fine. Which, okay, boss girl shit. But, you know, I've already talked about my problems with Skylar and her morals. They're too flip-floppy. You know what I'm saying? I like somebody who stands for something and stands to that thing. But that's fine. That's fine. That's fine, Skylar. You do you, girl. Take care of your family. And we find out that she didn't even divorce Walt yet. And she plays it off like, oh yeah, like if we're married, then in court, I don't have to speak on your behalf. I don't have to testify against you if you get caught with all this meth shit. So that's one of the factors I considered by not divorcing you just yet. And it's giving very much Skylar and Walt might rekindle things. It's very much giving that, which I'm kind of scared about. Moving on, we can get to Walt and Gus. I forgot to even mention that. Gus invites Walt over to his house, and it's pretty much a threat. Literally, that's pretty much all it is. He's like, let me teach you how to be rich. He comes over, he makes him cook with him. He's like, oh, let's break bread together. We're coworkers. Let's do it. He tells him, I'm teaching you how to be rich. First rule is, don't make the same mistake twice. And I think he's referring to the meth being short a fourth of a pound. I think that's what he was talking about. So I think Walt caught on to that threat and he was like, okay, let me fucking be on top of shit. And we even saw that he was watching Jesse like a hawk when Jesse was making the meth and weighing it and everything. He's like, let me see. Let me do that. Oh, put it on the scale. Let me count. Let me see. Let me see the scale. All of this shit, he was like, let me check. Like, he was double, triple checking those numbers because don't make the same mistake twice could also be attributed to him trusting Jesse. The first time he trusted Jesse, a junkie, he almost missed out on his meal, right? So don't make the same mistake twice. Walt's time is running out, like health-wise, and Jesse is unpredictable. Let's just be for real, especially the way this episode ends. He's buying weed from the people who killed Combo. And it's like, dude, you're not thug life. You know what I'm saying? These are like trained gangbangers since like children, since childhood, it seems. And Jesse is really not about that life like he's pretending to be. Because he looks super mad. He looks like he's going to go and try and retaliate on Combo's behalf, which can only end in disaster in my opinion. Well, let's see what happens in this next episode. I kind of hoping Walt and Skylar don't rekindle things. I don't know. I just think it's an unsalvageable relationship. They could be business partners. Yeah. And I like the fact that the family was kind of functioning at the dinner table. That was cool. I like how Walter's paying for Hank's stuff. Wish Hank would be a little bit nicer and understanding that people are just trying to help him. But hey, didn't Walt have that problem too? When he found out he had cancer, he didn't want no help from nobody. Toxic masculinity. And then, yeah, I did think it was super predatory for Jesse to start this relationship with Andrea just on the sole, like, I want to get you addicted to my meth so you can be my buyer. And then he finds out she's a kid. And it's like, oh shit, you have more character than I thought you did. I like you a little bit now. So now it seems like they're in a relationship. He's waiting for her after, you know, AA. He's waiting for her. He's, you know, gripping her. He's claiming her in public and shit. So Jesse and Andrea are now a thing. And their relationship is tainted or spoiled because of this Tomas. He's in a gang. He can't get out of that life. He's in a gang. He's strapped. He carries the meth. It's a lot. A lot going on. Anyways, let's see what happens next. I hope Jesse does not get... It's hard because Tomas killed someone, but he is just a kid. I don't know how this is going to play out. I'm just going to be all fucking ears. But the way the webs are intersecting and colliding with each other, it's also interesting. Cannot wait to watch the next episode.